family. They're not there. And so I've had to like...
But here's the thing. If you notice that they're not there, you're not there either.
Okay.
And that's hard because it feels like it's them not being there that is causing you to be aware of them not being there. But if you were really there, them not being there would be irrelevant to you. Sort of interesting, maybe a little comical, but not threatening and not discouraging and not worrisome.
Oh, I see. So if I'm worrying about that, then I'm not there. And
because you can't worry and be there at the same time. So what you're actually saying to people is, you know, I want to be on this high-flying disc, but I don't have the ability to be there unless you're there. So you get there and then I'll watch you and then I'll be there.
Oh,
so you have all the power in my life experience. So it's very conditional love I'm living. I need you to be this way and this way and this way. And then when I observe you, then I will have a response that will feel like this. But since I'm observing you and I'm having a response that feels like this, you need to change.
No, what I've done is distance myself from those people.
But you see, we want to give you something that will make you feel better. Law of attraction will distance you from anything that's not a vibrational match to who you are. Okay. We have never said it that way. That was a really wonderful conversation. Law of attraction is the distancer.
Right. Well, like a particular, my twin. I don't have anything to do with her anymore because she kept me in that, or I stayed in that low vibration.
But here's the thing, you see, you share a lot of the same vortex with your twin. That separation is self-imposed and it doesn't need to be. Don't use the strong differences that you feel as your reason to push against her, because when you push against her, you push against all that is good. Hear this. This is really an important thing. And we're going to say it in a way that you have not heard us say it before because of the conversation that we're having here. When someone or something causes you to feel unhappy and you allow yourself to roll around in that unhappiness, you're depriving yourself of everything that you consider to be happy making in that time. That's why the stakes feel so high, and that's why that you're so mad at them, because you can feel the tug of war between where you know you are and where you want to be and where you're being as a result of this thought or this situation or this relationship. But when you realize that you have the ability to accomplish, to practice, to master alignment with who you really are, then you're not threatened. People often say, Abraham, I've really been enjoying this. I've been studying for a while. I've been meditating and I've been doing some processes and I feel so good, but those people at work are so negative. And what you're really saying is, and therefore I feel threatened. They threaten my potential happiness because of the way they are. And we say, nothing can threaten your potential happiness. You have to get to the place where you're not willing to let anything threaten your potential happiness. Stop.
6 years, done a lot of workshops and courses, and really begun to understand.
I've been coming into more alignment with who I am every day.
Yeah.
Working on myself makes it sound like there was something wrong with you. I've been enjoying the steady evolution of my understanding of who I am.
Okay, yeah.
Working on myself makes you sound broken. You never were.
Okay.
And you're not done yet. There's so much more work for all of you to do. No, it's not like that. It's more fun to be had, more clarity to be understood, more opportunities to flow, more reasons for connection, more energy to stream through on more subjects. That's what it's like. You're not climbing the rungs of a ladder. You're not making redemption for things left undone. You're joyful creators here to joyfully create. There's nothing serious going on. Mode are for the identical reasons. Come along and come along and come along. It's almost done by the time you are even able to know that you want it. Did you hear that? By the time that you are even able to know that you want it, it is well developed and it is a sure thing. But because you don't know that, because you don't start even measuring its becoming until it's coming into something that you can tangibly see. So often when you want something and you can't see it and you can't figure out how it's going to come about, You let the absence of it be the dominant thing in your vibration, and you slow it way, 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 way down. But if you could really believe what we say, that by the time you desire it, it's ripe, it's big, it's full, so much has happened, it's ready for you to start allowing the wonderful things to show themselves to you. That's the sweet spot. But isolate a little more specific, something that you care about. And then you could knowingly achieve resonance with it so that you know it. And then you witness it coming into being. Then you've got it.
Explaining shit.
Well, you know, part of that's because you hang around with other humans. You demand from each other, why did you do that? Or why do you feel this way? Because most people are feeling insecure about where they are, and they think in a flawed premise way that they're going to get more reassurance about who they are by finding resonance with other humans. But what they pick up from other humans is more insecurity. You get your resonance and your power from your alignment with source. And the other humans really are just here, drum roll please, the other humans are just here to help you in contrasting ways to put things into your vortex. The people you hang around with are not here to provide the solution for you. They are here to stir up your asking. All the source energy is what you're reaching for. Get resonance with someone who's on a different vibrational wavelength. There aren't enough words in the world. You are not going to achieve resonance with them unless, and this is why you're so sick of it, unless you lower your vibration to find resonance with where they are. And then they don't understand you, you just understand them. You know it completely because you're feeling it with everything that you are. And then you say, and I hate you.
I don't know if I say that.
We're just saying.
I might say that to myself.
Well, what you're saying is, you said as much. Your words were, I'm so something, something, something sick of trying to explain things to other people. And that's why. Because for me to explain things to other people, we have to have resonance. And since most of them are not ready to join me in harmony with source, then if I want resonance with them, then somebody's going to have to do some adjusting. And every time I do, I resent it. Hook in to the vibration of who you really are. And so that's the whole point of that. And we accomplished it together.
Yeah. Was my past, or is it here, right here in the present?
Well, it's all here right now, but you consider it to be your past. From your now, you say, that was past, and that was then, and this is now, and that is future. But you're doing it all from right here and now. So when, in a moment in time, you accomplish complete resonance with who you really are and all that you know, then your perspective of everything that you've lived shifts to the perspective that your inner being holds.
You say that again? No, did you guys hear that? Does everyone?
Some did and some didn't, so let's go for it again. So when you're standing in your now, where all of your power is, and you care about complete resonance with your inner being. So you've done whatever it took, you've quieted your mind, or you've had a conversation or whatever, but you've accomplished this resonance, as we keep doing here, don't we? So you find that resonance with your inner being. Now in your now, when you consider the past, you're doing it from now. When you consider now, you're doing it from now. When you're considering the future, you're doing it from now. But think about, if in this now you have complete resonance with source energy, that means you're now seeing your past through the eyes of source. And past was only perceived when you were living it, and it's really only perceived from your now as you're thinking about it. So can you imagine the benefit of holding vibrational resonance with your source, and now everything in your past is different? So talk about getting rid of resistance in one fell swoop. Talk about really releasing a lot of resistance in a very easy way. A lot different than trying to explain it to those that you lived your past with. And have you ever had an experience where you're talking to someone, maybe a childhood friend or maybe a sibling or a parent, someone you knew back then, and you're talking about what you think is the same event, but you've got two completely different renditions of what happened, because everything is perceptual. And your perception, here's what we're coming full circle about. Your perception is all and only about the degree of alignment you have with your source energy or not. If you're not in alignment with source, you feel like a victim and they were all really bad to you, because they so want to understand their environment and themselves. They want quick ways, so they find labels and they jump to quick conclusions, and we love you all so much. They're lazy. They're lazy.
But we have, as humans, have the ability to figure this out on our own. We don't need the self-help. We don't need the therapists, the talking, the constant talking about the problem. You're this, you have this problem, you can't keep this promise.
Can't get to the bottom of any problem. The problem just gets bigger. If someone's trying to get you to accept the problems of your experience, they are not in sync with your inner being, who's calling you toward only solutions. So they are still part of the step one process, which when you're connected to source, you'll love them for doing. Thank you for prodding me into all of these marvelous solutions.
Cool.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Enough for now?
Yes.
We enjoyed it a lot. Yeah.